Oh, good morning, Stephanie. Thank you. I'm sorry. Welcome. So, Stephanie, it's 9 o'clock. Let's start it. Thank you for being on time. You're the only one who is punctual. So, first of all, today is Thursday. As every Thursday, we have homework. But anyway, let's check it at the end. Let's wait for your classmate, okay? So, the idea for today is to practice oral skills, okay? To speak in production, oral production. But first of all, we're going to work on the book. And then I have some extra tasks, okay? So let's see. This is Unit 6, page 66. It says, work in pairs. When you compare photos, we're going to compare two photos, you can say what the photos have in common, as well as what is the difference about them. Discuss how you could answer the examiner's instruction below to say which things are similar, which things are different. I like to compare the photograph and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of activities. So this is the task. Give me a moment, I'm going to move Adrian. So let's check the images. These are the two photos. And you have to answer, keep in mind this. But let's keep a moment. Adrian, how are you? Good morning, welcome. How are you doing? How is it
Morning.
going?
Well,
Ah, that's great. Adrian, today we're going to practice speaking, okay? Oral production. So it says, when you compare photos, these two photos, you're going to compare these two photos, you can say what the photos have in common as well, what is different about them. So differences and things in common. Discuss how could you answer the examiner instruction below to say which things are similar, which things are different. And the examiner's instructions are, I like you to compare the photograph and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of activities. So, Stephanie, are you ready? What
oh,
are people learning from doing these two types or works? So, go ahead. Adrian, you're going to answer the same question, okay? So, think about it.
okay. What else? Yeah. In the first exam, a group, ¿cómo se Gator, ¿cómo se indoors to study and discuss, discuss together, learning how to communicate, share ideas, listen carefully, explain, think, uh, uh, clearly, um, respect the opinion of others. They develop passion, paciencia, ¿cómo era?
Patient.
Passion, focus, the abilities to learn and solve problems as a team. In the second exam, you place STEM with their coach on the sport file learning display uh, physical skill, fair play, um, how to follow instructions. Um, they learn to support each other, work toward shared goal, and keep trying even with when things are difficult. Building result como resiliencia era
Let's say to
¿viste cómo?
overcome obstacles. Overcome obstacles.
Yes. Um, a team spirit. Both type of word teach value of cooperation, listening, and working together. But the the first build mental social skill, while the second develop physical ability, display, and determination. For me, I don't know.
Okay, Stephanie, thank you. Just one thing. I mean, you did it pretty good. I loved your answers. You tried to give me as long as possible. But in the first image, what is the job here? Who is working? This is not a library or something like that. What is this? The place. Diego, good morning, by the way. How are you? Welcome.
Good morning, Miss. I'm fine, thank you.
That's great. So, who is working? Stephanie. Is just one person is working here.
Eh, Podría ser como intelectual, como personas intelectuales, ¿no?
No, just one person is working, just one. Who is working? They are studying for sure, but that's not a work or a job. Who is working? Just she. And she's working as what? Diego, what is she doing? She's working
As a waitress.
as a waitress. This is a cafe. This is a cafe. So this is kind of different what you describe, okay? I like your answer. You try to develop your ideas, but you need to be careful and pay attention to the question. Work, okay? Well done, Stephanie. Thank you. Diego, we're practicing oral expression, okay? And we have this task. You have to compare these two photos, these two images, compare them and talk about similar, which things are similar, which things are different, okay? But the task is this. I like you to compare the photograph and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of work. And while you answer this, you have to include what is similar, what's different. Okay? But first of all, Adrian, because Adrian was first, go ahead, Adrian. Answer the question, the same task. Diego, you can think about it.
Wait, in these two photos, the people are, well, the girl in the first photo is a waitress, and in the second photo, the girl as a coach, they are learning how to deal with different types of people, and also they are learning how to keep their calm and in different situations.
What else? Keep going. It's too short.
But
Give me more.
okay, mm, also they are learning how to express, how to talk with strangers, and that the girl the girl that is a coach is learning how to deal with a group, deal with a team, how to um how to make them um work as a team, even when they are different type of kids, different types of way of think.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. Diego, go ahead.
And well, in both picture, I can see a girl working. In the first one, or in the upper one, there is a girl working as a waitress, and she is attending some students, as I can see. They are studying maybe for a lesson, or they are or they are having a project. Okay. And in the downer one, yes, she seems like she's a soccer coach. She's teaching the kids how to play soccer. And the difference I can see is the girl who is a waitress. We can say that she is doing actions that helps her self development because she has traits like talking with people, taking notes about what they say, listening to some skills that are helpful only for her. But the girl who is a coach, she is sharing her knowledge about soccer to the kids. So we can say that she's teaching others and not only her. She's sharing the tips for be a soccer player. So, well, what more I can say? The girl who is a waitress is working a day. Maybe there are a lot of people more in a cafeteria by the day, and the trainer or the coach is working at night. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, Diego, guys. Well done. I really appreciate it. You did it pretty good. Well done. We need to be careful with the image. I mean, even though if you get a great answer, if you're not answering what you were asked, you get a lower grades, right? So you need to be careful with that. And I have some suggestions. I like how Diego did it. So, first of all, we need to describe each image. When we are describing images, we use present continuous, okay? And we use expression like I think, I guess, I believe, okay? Then you start talking about similarities and differences, right? So you describe the images and then you say, okay, the both images have some things in common or similarities, like both are women's working. Both are women's. And whatever. Then, but also there are some differences. For example, in the first one, the waiter is working alone. As Diego mentioned, he is developing skills that will be useful just for her. And in the second one, the other woman is teaching abilities for their children. She's a coach. She's teaching how to play football, teamwork, whatever. See? So first of all, describe the images using present continuous and expression like I think, I believe, I forget. Well, whatever. And then starting comparing them. Okay. I think it's kind of difficult to find similarities because there's not too many. This is teamwork, and this is working alone, right? But one of the similarities is both are women. Both are women, and they are working. So for okay, indoors activities, outdoors activities, or working indoor, working outdoor, right? Working as a team, working alone, and similarities, I think Adrian mentioned it, or Stephanie mentioned it. Adrian, both have to deal with people, with different kind of people. That's true. Okay. So, but anyway, you did it pretty good. Just keep it in mind. Describing images, use present continuous. Then, if you have to compare them, further describe it, and then start it with similarities and then differences, and use connectors to show contrast. Okay. Okay, so far so good, guys. So let's continue. We have some activities here on the book, and I have some extra tasks. Then it says, let me see something. No, Katie, Domenica, and Marco. Yes. Okay. How could you use this word or phrases to talk about the photos? Involved, deal with, you use deal. Not well paid, okay. When we talk about jobs, we could talk about paid, right? Well paid. What do you think is well paid or not well paid? Which of these work, guys? Well paid, first of all, which one? ¿Cuál será bien pago, chicos, de los dos trabajos? What do you think? The first one or the second one?
Maybe the trainer, because at least I imagine that in the United States there are a lot of waitress and the pay it's not well.
It's not well in any country, I think. Okay, and
Yeah.
probably working as a waitress is badly paid or not well paid. Okay, so we can think about earn money. Coaching, full-time or part-time job, okay. Keep somebody in order. Well, no, okay. Work under pressure. Who is working under pressure? What do you think? Both? Just the waitress? Just the coach? Who's working under pressure, guys? Stephanie, what do you think? Who is working under pressure? Stephanie, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Mm,
There's no wrong answers, so no worries. No hay respuestas incorrectas. No worries. What do you think? Is your opinion? What do you think?
For me, is the for one, the woman, yeah, the woman might have to the war under pressure to display think pues, yeah, think cleaning and keep everyone interest for
Okay,
me.
thank you. Probably for me, both, because any job that involves dealing people is extremely difficult. Dealing people is not easy. Imagine you're taking care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids, or dealing with customers. Customers sometimes are really rude, so it's not an easy work. And your boss probably is waiting that or is expecting you're going to be kind with everybody. So, in my opinion, both of them are working under pressure, probably, but who knows, right? Okay, and keep cool. Adrian, what do you think?
Huh?
Nobody.
Keep
Keep
cool.
cool. Cool, de fresco.
Mm, the second one.
The second one, probably outside, outdoor activities. O also could be mantenerse calmado. Keep cool, fresco, or keep cool, mantenerse calmado. Okay, so now let's listen. It says, let me see. Give me a moment, guys. So listen to track 21. We're going to listen to Nikolai and Antonia doing this part of the test. Which photos do they use each word or phrase with? Write one or two or B both for each word in phrases from A to I. Which of these strategies A or B does Nicholas use when doing the task? Let's read it. He described the first photo and answered the question before moving on the second photo and doing the same. He pointed out similarities as well as differences between two photos and switches between them, and he answers. So let's listen. We're going to listen. Let me see, guys. I have the audio here. Sorry, give me a moment, guys. Before I forget, I'm going to take attendance. Give me a second. Es que usualmente se me olvida la asistencia de este grupo. Pero ahorita no pausemos, voy a tomar la asistencia de una vez. Okay, guys, give me a moment. I'm going to send this y ya les reproduzco el audio. Eri, Dominica, y Marco. Half of the group. Okay, listen.
Unit 6. Speaking Part 2. Exercise 3. Here are your photographs. They show young people doing jobs. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of work.
Well, okay. So, firstly, I can say that both photos show young people, perhaps teenagers, working. Both the jobs in the photos involve working in situations where they need good skills in dealing with people in the correct way. I'm sure neither of them is very well paid. Anyway, the first photo shows a girl serving young people in a restaurant, whereas in the second photo, a boy is working with children and coaching them to play football. The girl's job may be full-time, whereas the boy's is probably part-time. I think both can learn a lot from these jobs. The girl can learn how to keep customers happy, while the boy has to keep children in order. The girl has to learn to work efficiently under pressure. On the other hand, the boy has to learn to keep cool. He'll probably learn not just to deal with children, but also their parents.
Thank you. Antonia, which of these jobs would you prefer to do?
I prefer to coach children than work in a restaurant because really I enjoy being in the fresh air more than being indoors. And I like kids.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's listen again.
Unit 6. Speaking Part 2. Exercise 3. Here are your photographs. They show young people doing jobs. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of work.
Well, okay. So, firstly, I can say that both photos show young people, perhaps teenagers, working. Both the jobs in the photos involve working in situations where they need good skills in dealing with people in the correct way. I'm sure neither of them is very well paid. Anyway, the first photo shows a girl serving young people in a restaurant, whereas in the second photo, a boy is working with children and coaching them to play football. The girl's job may be full-time, whereas the boy's is probably part-time. I think both can learn a lot from these jobs. The girl can learn how to keep customers happy, while the boy has to keep children in order. The girl has to learn to work efficiently under pressure. On the other hand, the boy has to learn to keep cool. He'll probably learn not just to deal with children, but also their parents.
Thank you. Antonia, which of these jobs would you prefer to do?
I prefer to coach children than work in a restaurant because really I enjoy being in the fresh air more than being indoors. And I like kids.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's see. First of all, I suppose this is a boy. I can't believe it. This is a boy. I don't think so. The man mentioned the boy, but it's not a boy. This is a girl. Anyway, so let's see. It says, who using bulb, guys? Who using bulb? The word in bulb.
Both.
Both. Okay. B. Deal with.
Nikolai.
Like, no well paid.
Nikolai.
Nikolai. Caution. Okay, we're going to listen again. Full time. Let's try it as much as possible. Full time. And part time. Who mentioned it? Guys, do you remember?
Pero, mister, no era quien lo dijo, sino como que a qué imagen lo relacionaron. No, no era así.
Espera. Which photo do they use? Ah, yes, you're right. Yeah, sorry. So, which image? Um,
Full time
full
is the
time,
first.
the first
The
one.
the word. Yeah,
And the second one? I mean, and part time.
the second.
Thank you. Keep somebody in order.
The second.
The second. You're right. Okay, let me see. Keep somebody in order. Work under pressure.
The first.
The first. And finally, keep cool.
The
The
second.
second.
The second. So coaching. It's easier now. Number 2 is the one who's coaching. Okay, guys, you did it. Now, let's see this one. He described which of these strategies? He described the first photo and answered the question before moving on the second photo and doing the same. Or he pointed out similarities as well as differences between two photos and switches between them as he answered. Which one, guys? Which strategy?
The B.
Letter B. Letter B. Good job. Well done. So finally, it says, listen again. Which of these phrases does Nikolai use? Think the ones you hear. Both photos show. Okay, so let's listen and we think while we listen.
6.
Okay, now, first let's read it. Both the jobs in the photos involve neither of them. Anyway, the first photo shows, while the girls in the first photo, whereas in the second photo, whereas the boys. Another thing in the second photo is, I think both can, on the other hand, not just, but also. So, let's listen.
2. Exercise 3. Here are your photographs. They show young people doing jobs. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think the people are learning from doing these two types of work.
Well, okay. So, firstly, I can say that both photos show young people, perhaps teenagers, working. Both the jobs in the photos involve working in situations where they need good skills in dealing with people in the correct way. I'm sure neither of them is very well paid.
So, this one, mention it or not? Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
let's highlight it.
Anyway, the first photo shows a girl serving young people in a restaurant, whereas in the second photo, a boy is working with children and coaching them to play football. The girl's job may be full-time, whereas the boy's is probably part-time. I think both can learn a lot from these jobs. The girl can learn how to keep customers happy, while the boy has to keep children in order. The girl has to learn to work efficiently under pressure. On the other hand, the boy has to learn to keep cool. He'll probably learn not just to deal with children, but also their parents.
Thank you.
Oh.
Antonia, which of these jobs
Okay,
do
guys,
you prefer
that's
to
all.
do?
Let me pause.
Prefer
Okay, so far so good. It was understandable. It was clear. Yes, 70, it was clear for you. So.
Awesome.
Okay. That's why we're practicing. Okay, guys, so far so good. We finished with these activities, okay? So now, as I mentioned, I brought some extra activities. So I have some question for you. So please try to give me as long answer as possible, okay? But I'm going to start presenting. You won't read the questions. So, good morning, everybody. In this part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Give me a second. Okay, así los veo y así leo. So, Adrian, first question is for you. Do you enjoy shopping online or do you prefer going to physical stores, and why?
It depends. When I can't go to uy, to when I can go to shop because of the time or because I can't. I can't. I'm busy. Like Monday until Sunday. I have class on Sundays. So when I busy because of that, I I prefer to shopping online, but I don't like it really. I prefer if I can, I go to shopping. But sometimes I can't, so I shopping online. So it depends. It depends.
Okay,
But
Adrian.
I really enjoy to go to shopping more than shopping online.
Okay, great. Adrian, you study on Sundays.
On Sundays, on
Yes.
Sundays, I
Oh my
think,
gosh. Okay.
yeah, yeah, I have class.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Adrian, thank you. Adrian, be careful with the repetition because you mentioned it can many times. Okay, try to use synonyms or try to change your idea. You're stuck in the same idea, okay, for a while. But good job. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Now, Stephanie, are you ready? You can take some seconds to think about it, okay? Se pueden tomar unos segunditos para que piensen. What was the last item you bought that you were really pleased with? I won't be a monster. I'm going to share my screen. It's this one. What was the last item you bought that you were really pleased with?
Um, eh, the last, no, no, sí se la pregunta así. Ah, sí, 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 sí. Okay. The last item I bought that I was really pleased with was my new lactose. I saved up mm, for a few months. Choose it carefully because I need one for study. Um, only classes. It wait.
Calm down.
Has oh, yeah. um has yeah, has a great screen uh, work really fast was better than my old one. I been using it's very simple single. They what is it? Okay, I since I go it made everything so much easier. Honestly, it was worth every penny. Um, mm, um, still really happy with the
Purchase.
purchase. Yes.
Okay, Stephanie, well done. I really like it. So, guys, remember this. You don't need to tell the truth. No tienen que decir la verdad. You can make up something if you can. Si pueden inventar algo, it is okay. Okay, we don't care about the truth. Stephanie, you did it pretty good. You have good ideas to answer, but you have some difficulties to connect them and trying to say it fluently. Okay, so you need to be careful with that and work on that. Just one feedback. Was better. The new one was better than the old one. The new one is broken or something like that? Disappear? Is lost? No. So the new one is better than the old one because we're talking about the present, right? That's all. But you did it pretty good, Stefan. I really appreciate it. Okay? Well. Okay, Diego. Let me see. Okay. I like this question for you. Some people say that advertising has too much influence on young people. Do you agree?
Um, yes, I agree, but mm, I agree that the people, the young people, is influenced by the advertising. But I see more from the side when you learn these things on a marketing course at the university. By my point of view, I I have learned how many strategies you can do from for each kind of people, from young people, from older people, for kids, and you can see how these strategies, uh, they are doing exactly for attract the young people to buy the things, or not them, but their parents to buy it, because it makes like an obligation, I don't know how to say necesidad, but
Need.
a need. Okay, they're making a need to make these people buy it. So I think that this sentence is affirmative, and because also the older people don't use a lot of new things that the market get on with. They keep with the same old things they learn, they use in their niñez,
Childhood.
in their childhood. Yes, I think that.
Okay. It was a good question, Cordio. Okay, by chance, you studied something related to. Okay, thank you. Well done. I really appreciate it. So, Adrian, how important is for you to save money for the future?
It's very important, but I'm not really good at. But I think that is important. Now I'm saving money for my university because in 2 years the high school ends for me, and but I have a debit card for that. I have I save money in 2 ways: for my university and for my stuff, for things that I want to buy and something like it. And for that type of things, I'm not really good at. But for my university, I really take it serious to save the money, but not for me. I, I, I spend all my money in my wallet. I don't have any money in my wallet right now.
That happened. Maybe that's because of the advertising. Diego, what do you think? Diego, I have a question. Why, when we talk about something, for example, we're talking about a new laptop, then you use your social media and they spam many advertising about laptops. That's a strategy, right?
Yes, and as I say, the strategy is to make you a need, that you need to buy something that you need it when doesn't really need it, or you can buy some better options. But what I can say, Apple brings a new computer, and it's the most expensive computer in the market, but maybe isn't the better. but they are making you that need to buy it.
They created a lack on you, a lack of something. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Diego, thank you. That's pretty dangerous. Manage many nowadays is not easy. There's many things we would like to buy. Okay, thank you, Adrian. Well done. Thank you, Diego, for the explanation. So let's continue. Here we have key languages strategies explained in answers, giving reason as an example, mainly because, for instance, just last week okay, whatever, expressing preferences, I tend to lean towards as opposed to conceding points while I see the benefit of, I personally feel, and speculating. Looking ahead, I suppose I might. Okay, these are just an examples. So, but we don't have photos. Let me see something. Compare two scenarios, describe it. Okay. Compare the two scenarios, describe it below. Explain why people might choose to shop in this different way and say how satisfying each experience might be. So picture A, we don't have a picture, but we have the description. A bustling outdoor local market in fresh produce, handmade craft item, vendor stalls, and lively crowd interacting. Picture B, high-end shopping mall, sleek, quiet luxury boutique inside an indoor mall with minimalist display, branded clothes, and personal service assistance. Diego, what do you think? Take your time to think about your answer. Compare the two scenarios described below. Explain why people might choose to shop in this different way. You can take a minute to think about your ideas. So far, you're doing pretty good, guys. Diego, are you ready? Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. I don't want to be prejudiced, but I think it's only by the money. But well, people can choose both of the scenarios because I have done it. But when you are lack of money, you obviously are going to do the picture A, the street market. And when you have a bit more or when you want to spend a bit of money more than the street market, you go to the shopping mall. So I think that and the experience, well, it changed a lot because maybe in the street market is you have to buy like in the Bahia on the street. Maybe there are a lot of it's a sunny day and you are getting hot, and there are a lot of people, and there are a lot of people, right? And it can be maybe annoying for some people. But in the shopping mall, where you expect to be in a conditioned local, maybe not a lot of people like the street market, but uh, when the space is a lot of bigger than the street, you can't feel it like the same way, uh, la, like the street market. And it says that you have personal attention, and that is great for the customer too. So I think that are the reasons.
Thank you, Diego. Actually, you did pretty good. I really appreciate it. It wasn't an easy question. Well done. Guys, we're going to keep going, but I'm going to change a little bit. Give me a moment. I was presenting for a while. Let me see what happened. Come on, computer. Guys, I have good news. I bought a new. I'm just waiting for it. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. This is an old computer, so it has some issues sometimes. So let me see. Here I have some exercises, guys. If you want to practice on internet, you can look for a speaking Cambridge test video, and you're going to find a lot of exercises. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the weekends. Stephanie, how much do you use the internet at weekends and why? How much do you use the internet at weekends and why? Take a minute, think about it. If you want it, you can write down some ideas, guys. That's a good strategy for me.
I use okay. I use it quite a lot actually. I check meshes, look at it I think I might to like buy keep in touch with people okay. It's very useful com uh, convenient, but I tried not to spend all day on it because I prefer going I I prefer going out enjoying the real world rated that just looking at the screen.
Okay, how much time per day do you use internet during the week?
Uh, when I use the internet 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, that's not
Yes.
much. Okay, not too much. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. Adrian, tell us about a film you have recently watched.
I think that the last film I watched was Troy.
Troy.
Troy. Yeah, because before that I watched the Odyssey, so I like it. And after I watch Troy, it's a very interesting film.
Okay, no worries.
It's a very interesting film. It lasts like 2 hours. Um, and the actors are good. They play the roles very good. Um, it's interesting. Yeah, it's the story of the war of Troy and Achilles in Hector. Yeah, it's interesting how they tell the story of the book of the how what was the name?
Odisea.
La Ilíada. La
Ah, la
Ilíada.
Ilíada. You're
Ajá.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
and it's cool. I
Okay.
really love that movie.
Okay. Thank Finally, Diego, tell us about your favorite festival or celebration. What do you normally do on that day?
Well, my favorite celebration really used to be Christmas because share time with the family and having some gifts under the tree. But recently, the carnival has become my favorite celebration or festival, mostly because every year I usually travel with my girlfriend to the beach, and we have a great time with friends alone. And yes, recently that celebration it has become my favorite.
Okay, thank you, Diego. Good answer. Guys, well done. That's all. But before left, we are going to check the homework. Remember today is Saturday, so we have homework, okay? So let's see. Write an essay based on this question. We're going to write an essay. That's all. That's the homework. Essay topic, the advantages of studying online. Just the advantages, okay? So you're going to develop your body. In each body paragraph, you mention it just one advantage. So if you're going to write about two advantages, you write two body paragraph. Or if you're going to mention a three, you write three body paragraph. That's all, okay? Advantages. And use connectors of addition. In addition, first all them as well as, good as, whatever, right? Okay, so do you have any question about the homework? It's easy for you. Okay. Do it on a Word file, please. And be careful with the large of the paragraph. Okay, remember you have to be similar. Okay, guys, so I'm going to take the screenshot. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. See you Monday. Have fun. Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
Take care.